Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Reassembly with me, Lathrix, and the mighty customised Beathrix Empire. Today we are going to be focusing mostly on simply increasing our size, and possibly, if we get enough time, remaking the ship we're currently using a little bit so that the drones have an easier time getting out of the ship, in addition to simply making the ship larger, because at the moment we're basically going completely, we're going very shield heavy but very small, very compact ship, which I don't really think suits this faction particularly well. I don't think I'm doing particularly badly for our size, but I think we could be doing a lot better. So let's try and remedy that later, either today or in the next episode. But on a side note, before we start, because I said before, once I finished this, once I finished all the factions, I want to do two things, which is of course fight all of my biggest ships together, so simply where I ended, so you know, once everything reaches 8k, send one of those against the other 8k, and then after that perhaps use a modded faction, or perhaps even do tournaments if I can get around to sorting all that out, as it isn't exactly the easiest process, taking inspiration from people like Deluxe Gaming and Avok and other people who do the odd tournament. But yeah, with that in mind, I had a look at some of my other faction ships, my 8,000 ships, and one of them, the Sentinels I believe they are, the ones with the spikes, have changed dramatically. The spikes are now far more effective, however, and that's a big however, the spikes now cost ship resource to use. They're not free, no matter the size, and well, it's quite expensive and as well made our ship a bit too much, so I will be having to remake a ship for the tournament from that faction purely because of that. Also, I kind of need to change it anyway because it'd be unfair, because the Nightmare from that faction uses melee attacks and everything, and it doesn't, well, ram at the moment. So if I send it into a fight, it would just sit there doing nothing and then die. The end. So that would be kind of a boring cop-out there, so I do need to remake that ship anyway. So, back with this. Still loving the drones. It's just the visuals of them. I love these drones. Like, when I first used them, I liked them, but now I adore them. There we are, some more lasers for you, I believe. Excellent. Let's continue for... Oh, hello. We'll get you as well. Now, see, I'm also at a bit of a crossroads. I'm not sure if I want to have a laser or more point defense. I think, like I said before, I'm thinking more towards point defense purely because the point defense is also a defensive measure, it's not just aggression, and honestly I don't really want to be in close range too much. I mean, that's why we have very powerful backwards thrusters, purely because I like to be able to stay at range and just keep the drones applying the pressure, thus keeping this quite safe, and because of that I don't tend to ram into things like the enemy, and that's why we've gone for pure shield. So most likely point defense, but I would like to be able to just press an attack button. It's got to be honest, just for that reason. I'd love to be able to actually attack something with my ship, so I'm not sure just yet what I'm going to do, but we have just reached maximum resource, so it's a very good job we're about to unload here. There we are. And you can have all of this. There you go, there you go. Oh, although it's just filled up, so let's defend it until it can spawn some ships from the enemy Shroud. Okay, so some of the Sentinel factions coming. So are the Red faction. Okay, we need to get out of here now, as we're going to be gutted by very powerful point defense. Oh, he's got his lasers were charged, but thankfully managed to take him out regardless. Go drones, go! Did I mention I love the drones? Just thought I'd mention that I do adore the drones. Come on, spawn. Sadly, these things don't spawn until they're completely repaired. There you go. Now they're spawning in things, and we'll start buying my my resource off me. I do like that now, if you have a factory, you can actually still sell resource if you choose to. That's a nice addition. And there we go, some more ship resource. Okay, so I really want to try out these, the P subsystems, purely because their range is quite good. They're not too good for their size, I admit, but I haven't really used them yet, so it'd be nice to test out. So perhaps we should do another ship based around actual... I could have shard launchers. That'll be a way of attacking, and have them linked to the left mouse button rather than the right. That wouldn't be terrible, actually. That wouldn't be terrible. I'd have to do something about the middle section here, though, to actually attach them. So let's do that. Also, once again, I'll just give the warning in this video, because I like to give the warning in every video. I am still recording from my living room as opposed to my studio, which has 4.5 meter tall ceilings, it turns out, as opposed to 6 like I thought it was. That's what it used to be before all of them got converted. Yay, corrections. And part of their wall just fell in, just caved in, which is kind of horrible. Thankfully the landlord's already here and sorting out, but it's kind of a sight to see when you realise what happened. It's like, oh, that's why there's no wall to your building. So yeah. No one was hurt or anything, because it was an outer wall, and it kind of fell outwards, so it's like a wall attached to the wall. I can't think of the actual term for it. It's like one of the supporting structures. But yeah, that kind of shows you how old the area I'm in currently is. There we are. Let's make sure that's all symmetrical, since it did a lot of weird editing at the end. Through there. It's as symmetrical as you're going to get with these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good enough for me. Again, any asymmetries I'll notice later on when I actually fix the bot. Also, yeah, a lot of you told me the reason why I'm not able to access these guys is because they apparently have the generator / storage, so I do need to sort that out in a bit. Ooh, let's wait for a second. I forgot. We'll take a second to actually repair. Okay, so bindings, all of these on the left mouse. So now I can do that. So you know what I mean? I've got an attack now. I can help out. I can do something. It's not just a passive element of just making drones and hoping they fight. I can actually fire some in their direction. They're quite difficult to actually aim, these mines are, but they're so good. And they are mines. I think someone told me, yeah, what I should do, since I've already got backwards thrusters, although I just lost quite a few of them, is fire like this. Yeah, then the propulsion on these is lower, and there's a higher chance they'll actually act like mines. So that's pretty cool. Just hold down fire and hope one of them hits. There's the thing though, you just hold down fire with the mines and very quickly you pepper the entire area. Actually, let's kill something just... Ooh, there's an agent just above us. Should we go for the agent? Maybe we should. Good to see the drones actually getting out of the ship instantly now, no like needing to shake them out like I did before. There we are. Spawn some more drones, because the agent is anything else to have a lot of point defense, sadly. Start making a little minefield for it. Oh, I thought the mines lasted longer than that. Apparently they don't. Never mind then. You can't really pepper it in the way I thought you could. I'm guessing this is the agent. Agent meet drones. Yeah, even that basic ship had quite a bit of point defense. I lost quite a few drones there. A little bit nervous to see its capital. Okay, I'm going to back off now. The lasers will kill us if we just stay there. And the drones have already been destroyed. Ah, darn it. I would say the drones are probably one of the worst at killing agents. That's the thing though. The drones are good versus the faction ships, as they tend not to be overdone in defense. But against agents, particularly when of course there's multiple ships, the drones don't do too well. Maybe the larger drones might do a little bit better because they do have double health against... oh lord, missiles. Ooh, apparently a nuke just went off. Not sure where the nuke was from, but... Oh, yes! He ran right into the minefield. Lovely. Lost a chunk of him there. Whoa, a nuke hit both of us. What? Oh, wow! There's a nuclear... There is a nuclear regular faction ship now. Holy crap. No way. I thought that was just from, like, I don't know... Actually, I don't know what I thought it was from. So it has no other weapons other than nukes. You'll be really careful with that. Just kill it as soon as possible. I assume. Because obviously one direct nuke hit can be the end. Look how high its armor is. It kills all my drones. That's the problem when it self-destructs the nuke so close. Yeah, the mines aren't quite as strong as I'd hoped, honestly. Maybe sacrifice the mines and put more drones back in, I guess. Well, there goes that horrible little bugger. That was horrible. Oh, there's the faction leader. It's full of school Falcon. Falcon 1, Falcon 2, Falcon 3, Falcon 4. Not the most imaginative names, I admit. Yeah, it's a lot of point defense, particularly on their capital. And I'm just here throwing mines at the wall because why not, eh? Oh, that one's kind of out in the open. If we can just get across there quickly and just throw a few... Oh, no, we're going to die. Yeah, they've gone massively into defense. That's never going to work out for me. If I had lasers, it probably would. Okay, so... I do love these things. I do adore the mines, but I don't think they're going to work out. I do adore them. And it is nice actually having a weapon I can fire, but I think perhaps just going into point defense turrets. I mean, I could always bind them to be manually controlled. Just backing off here. Few too many enemies there. I do think that I think this applies to all factions, but it seems to really apply to this faction. If you're going to go with drones, you've got to go pure drone. I mean, at least in the PvE kind of environment. Because I could have like another 3 or 4 drone launchers, so every wave has another 3 or 4 drones, or even I could upgrade a lot of the drones to the larger drones. Although I still think they're worse than the smaller drones. I don't know. It's just the fact they have over double health. Is it over double health or is it just under double health? I know it's around double. So there's the large version. The drones have 86 versus 40. So yeah, it's actually over double the health per drone and more range on the drone. It's very tempting. Because imagine each drone having double health against the point defense, it makes one shot into 2 shots. That's quite a big deal. It makes the swarm need to be far smaller, but of course it will be far smaller anyway because you've got less shooting per second. So it's, I don't know. I don't really know. I'll need to do some tests probably in the tournament style to actually figure out which one's better. Personally, I think I'd prefer the larger ones because I'd prefer fewer with a more capability, but. That's just from style, nothing else. But saying that, having such a huge swarm is pretty darn awesome. Start laying down some mines, which don't. It's big laser hit me. I forgot that thing. I completely forgot that the scythe, the big one. Yeah, it is a crescent. Can shoot its laser on a turret, unlike a lot of the others, which can only shoot directly in front of it. Which means you've just got to stay at larger range. Ooh, that's okay. Well, it helped kill one of the agents some smaller ships. Maybe I shouldn't kill it. Oh, I've actually stopped making drones. I also really need to sell this stuff I've got on me. What do you want to call it? The resource. The R. There we go. A little bit choppy today as well, the recording. Just now had an update, another UI update, and it seems to be causing a few choppy frames when recording. I think it's a bit hostile to recording software. As I actually tested it out with OBS, DxStory, and Fraps, and they all get it, so obviously. And then I asked a friend of mine, can you test this for me? And he's like, yeah, I've got it as well. So at least I know it's not just me. Maybe it'll be fixed by the time this video comes out. It's normally like 2 to 3 days after I actually record. And to be perfectly honest, Reassembly is pretty good with hotfixes. Gotta hand it to the dev. Ooh, I wonder how the drones are versus the plant. I can't imagine well. No, they're getting absolutely gutted. Look at the number. It went from 50 down to 20 in like 2 seconds. Oh, we are not good for this. We're not good for this. Oh my lord, they controlled the entire section. Maybe it's time for me to go to the next world. Yeah, I think the wormhole's probably what I should do now. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go down the wormhole, and then we will make a new ship and make it point defense and lasers, so we can swap between the two. Because at the moment, although I do prefer the drone ship, and I definitely want a 8000p drone ship, I think this has been the faction for me, which I'm most keen on having more than one ship. Because all the other factions, although you can play them differently, I've always found there's one way I prefer. With this one, oh my lord, the Borg. With this faction, I find that I like all of them equally. Like I love the drone play, but I also adore the really powerful close-range lasers, and also prefer the larger ship. I like the small ships. It's all. Oh, I do love those mines. I just like them. They're just like shooting these little shards out. These like little explosive shards which spin on the way out. I think it just looks so cool. If not actually that effective. I may have thought they were a little bit better than they are. They're definitely good. They're definitely not bad, I just don't think they're as good as I thought they were, that's all. There we go, there's the drones. Did those drones just crash? Oh my lord, I didn't even realise I was being attacked. That's how weak that little guy's laser was. It wasn't doing anything to me, they just rammed the damn thing. Okay, let's go. We're only going to lose 200 resource. So back in a second when it loads in. Okay, back in the other world, and sadly none of the larger ship have spawned in, which does mean perhaps they don't spawn in until your faction has gained a significant area, or it could just be... There are several reasons. I mean, it could just be they're too large and too expensive compared to the others, the Hive Swarmers, because these have been made with the same specifications as the smaller ones, but the smaller ones have completely dominated because they're so cheap. It is awesome that now all of our stations are all drone ships, because it must mean if an enemy gets too close, it must be smothered with drones. But yeah, I can't think of anything else really we could do with these guys, because I like them being bigger with the larger drones. So I'm sure we'll see one eventually, just right now. It seems like until we get more dominance, or I don't really know the rules of it, these are definitely the more likely to spawn. If I made another small one, they'd be spawning as well. But I quite like these guys. They're nice, they're simple, they work. And I have drones. So anyway though, I'm afraid today might have been a bit of a short episode, but I am going to have to leave now because I'm literally leaving the house to go see off my fiancée who's going back to England for a week. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have enjoyed the video, and of course likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly shows that Reassembly is a series you wish to see continued in the future. By the way, Sunthreads, I have to say, at the moment I am loving Reassembly. Like, I've always enjoyed it, like, you know, I kind of go, there's times where I find it a bit dry, but this faction, easily now my favourite after playing it this much, because I don't feel overpowered at all, like I did with the Guardians. I don't feel underpowered like I did with Red. I feel like it's this nice medium where I can die very easily, but at the same time, if I get the upper hand for a second, even with just the drones, it's complete domination. And the same with the lasers, which of course are very, very powerful, and I'm sure a bit more overpowered than the drones, because the drones always seem to fall a bit short, other than in PvP, where if your ship can run away for long enough, then you simply win the match. So, like I was saying, thank you so much for watching, have a lovely day, please do take care, and until next time, goodbye.